The taps are dry, the chairs are stacked, and no one is stopping. But there might be better news coming for the hard-hit hospitality industry. Visiting retailers in Northallerton today, Rishi Sunak was sounding remarkably upbeat for a Chancellor who is spending historic amounts of money on mitigating the crisis.
Yes,
are you going gangbusters on the repairs?
And he said we are just days away from a potentially big announcement following a review of the 2-metre rule.
Well, the outcome of the 2-metre rule review will be announced next week. I'm pleased to confirm that. And, of course, I understand the calls from businesses like pubs and restaurants to review the rule. I know the impact it has on their ability to open and keep their staff employed and serve us all.
It's expected that many pubs and restaurants will be allowed to reopen in 2 weeks' time, but whether it's worth their while depends on 2 metres being reduced to 1 metre, according to industry insiders, who think the science now backs that up.
The level of infection is falling. It's very unlikely that you'll come into contact with somebody who's got the disease, and therefore now is the right time to unlock the hospitality industry.
And what difference would it make to the hospitality industry if the rule is reduced from 2 metres to 1 metre by the time most places are able to reopen?
So it is between a third of businesses going to the wall and closing for good and 1 million jobs being lost, and the industry having a fighting chance of survival.
Other countries, such as Italy, have already allowed hospitality to reopen, albeit with a host of new rules to try to keep the virus at bay. And some of the scientists advising the government here think conditions could now be right to try that at home.
If the numbers are low in the community, then lifting the restrictions or easing the restrictions in a careful manner is a safe thing to do. 2 metres is always going to be safer than 1 metre, and that's just straightforward logic. But if there are few cases in the community, it becomes a matter of balancing risk.
It is starting to feel like that balance is leaning towards relaxing the rules to allow more pubs and restaurants to serve more than just takeaway offerings like this. Ministers will say, of course, they're being led by the science, but in the end, this is still a political decision, and a big one at that.